Okay, it's 3:02. We're gonna get popping. And like this is gonna be recorded and we're gonna send it out to everybody. So take notes if you want to. I don't really think that's necessary, but if you're like a writing person, feel free to do that. And then we'll also send this out to you in case you forget anything. Y'all can see it. Stay on mute, please, the whole time, so then we don't have like any conflicting audio all at once. You can drop questions in the chat, or we'll also do questions at the end if you want to ask them. So everybody good? Questions before we get started? All right. So no one went in the waiting room? Okay. We're gonna get started. So hello, welcome to Weaver Hall. I'm Hannah, I'm the Weaver 4 RA. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and my mask keeps falling down.
And I am Gaia, I'm the Weaver 2 RA, and my pronouns are also she, her, hers.
So we are going to get started, oops, not yet. We're gonna get started with an icebreaker question, get to know everybody. So what we'll do is I'll just go down the list of participants, and when I call your name, just say real quick what, if you had to describe yourself as an album, what it would be. And also I'm just calling on what your Zoom name is. So if your Zoom name is not your name, if you could please change it so we could call you the right name. So let's go, Alana.
I don't know. I don't really listen to full albums.
Just what
there
came to mind,
is
first thing.
There is an album that I like by a DJ called K Tronada, and it's called 99.9%. And it's like a really good album. It's just like really chill to drive to, nice to play while studying. That I like that one. I think that would be me.
Nice.
Taking notes.
We're taking notes on music recommendations. All right, next up, Alexis.
Okay. I don't know how to describe myself as an album either, but I guess if I had to pick one at the moment, any BTS album. As guilty as charged, I do listen to K-pop, so.
Dynamite.
I love Dynamite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't listen to a lot of BTS.
Dynamite.
That's a good song.
It is.
Okay. And okay, we have another Alexis. Alexis number 2.
I don't know. I can't think of an album. I don't know. I'm terrible at these icebreaker things.
That's okay. Just name an album you really like.
I don't know. I don't even like listen to like full albums.
Okay. Undefinable. You can't be defined and like limited to just one piece of music. All right. Okay. So this is not in alphabetical order. Sophie.
Oh. I like Hozier. The guy who wrote Take Me to Church just released an album last year called Wasteland Baby. And it's like a really just kind of laid back, relaxing album. So I would say that.
I love Hozier.
Anissa.
Okay. So
I know who to be friends with now.
That's why we have this question. Like, I feel like if you find people with similar music tastes and similar music vibes, start of a great friendship. Okay, Angeli and Jenna, y'all are up next.
Okay, hi. Okay, I would say Ammo by Bring Me the Horizon.
Okay.
It's one of their most recent albums, but it's not as screamo as the rest of them. It's a lot more chill, but it's just the right amount of emo.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the opposite and say Animal by Kesha.
Okay. Good variety of music in that room.
Right.
Okay, next up, Anissa.
Hello. If I was gonna be an album, I guess I would be AM by Arctic Monkeys.
Okay.
Okay.
Arctic Monkeys are a vibe. Ashley.
Hello. I'm not really sure. I don't listen to too many albums, but I like the Imagine Dragons, their variety. I'd probably go with that.
Nice, nice. Aubrey. Aubrey, you're on mute if you're trying to talk.
Hello.
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 Hi, I'm actually in the car right now, but so I just joined.
Okay.
Yeah.
we
Am I
were-
supposed to answer a question?
We're going through and just saying you have to describe yourself as an album.
Oh jeez. I have no clue. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
I listen to Halsey a lot. I mean, Manic I listen to. I'm kind of related to. So.
The
Nice.
taste in our
Thank you. Thank you.
You guys have good taste. Very proud of all of you.
Exactly.
All right, Bella and Cameron.
Okay, I think probably Dopamine by Borns. I like that album a lot.
I don't know an answer. I don't know. I've been a classical musician for too long, so that's the first thing that comes in my head. And I guess there's like compilations of just all these different composers from like hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So I guess that's kind of lame, but yeah.
There are no lame answers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. In the chat, deep question with little prep time. Sorry about that. But if you guys are like at the bottom of the list, you have time to think about it.
True.
All right, Danny, a Weaver 4 veteran.
Hello. If I had to pick an album to describe myself, I'd probably choose Healing by In Love with a Ghost. It's mostly just instrumental music, but it's really good.
Okay, soothing. All right, Eileen.
Oh, hi, I'm Eileen. I think right now my favorite album would probably be the Bee Gees, The Greatest Hits on Spotify. Really good 80s vibe. Yeah, that's what I'm listening to right now.
Nice. Speaking of 80s vibes, so I saw a tweet back at the start of like all of COVID that was like, instead of COVID-19, you can say it to the tune of Come On Eileen. Come on.
Oh,
COVID-19.
9 to 10 p.m.
When I saw your name, I saw Okay, Emily.
This one is
Shoot.
just for a moment because
Please
it's
make
our
sure you all
meeting.
are muted if you're not the one talking. Thank you.
I'm gonna say the same thing. I don't really listen to a lot of albums, but one that I've been listening to recently, I'm also gonna go the K-pop route. And one of my favorite bands, Monsta X, just came out with an album, and it's like really diverse. It's got a lot of different like kinds of songs on it, so I kind of like how many different moods there are.
Okay.
Nice. All right, Emma.
Hello. Probably one of the Gorillaz albums. Maybe like Demon Days, because I've been listening to that since like I was very small because of my dad. So I like that one.
Nice. Nostalgia album.
Yep.
Pretty much.
All right, Estefania, another Weaver veteran.
Hi, Hannah. I'd have to say that I really like Elton John by Elton John because it has very upbeat music, but also slow music. So I like that one.
Love Elton John. Any of you guys have not seen Rocket Man yet, you need to see it. Amazing movie. All right, next up, Julia.
Hi. I don't know. It's pretty hard for me to decide, but I think I have to go with like a 2010 like pop album. Like like something like Katy Perry or like, oh, maybe Adele, whatever that album was that had like all those hits.
Did you
I
see
love
Katy
that
Perry
song.
just had her baby?
She did.
Good.
She did.
What? Oh my god.
Which like she's
Yeah,
much
so-
older, but it still makes me feel old.
Yeah, so I think I have to go with like Teenage Dream or whatever that's called.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. Caitlin L.
There we go.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to albums, to be honest. I mostly just do like artists. But I really like Kansas, the band. It's actually from like the mid 70s, so it's old in comparison with all of y'all guys' choices. But they have some really deep lyrics and interesting ways of writing music. So
Classic choice.
Music is timeless.
That's true. All right, Kylie, you're up next.
Hi. That's a hard question. Lately, I've been feeling nostalgic, so right now I'm gonna say Jack Johnson, the Yellow album with the tree on it. I think it's called In Between Dreams.
Yeah.
But whole thing slaps. Amazing. Yeah. It's just really chill and like, that's how I'm feeling.
Good choice.
This is a good choice.
All right, Latera.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we
can hear you.
Okay, I would say probably The Ungodly Hour by Chloe and Halle.
Oof.
Nice.
Yes. Serving. They were serving on that album.
They were.
All right, Margaret.
I'm not quite sure, but I'd probably say Chance the Rapper Coloring Book.
Another good one. Nice.
I went
nice.
to his concert.
You did?
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be a really good concert.
It was a really good concert.
All right, Mary and Valeria.
I don't have a specific one, but I guess I could say Harry Styles, the new album, Fine Line.
Love Harry Styles.
I also like don't listen to just like albums, but anything from Highly Suspect just like hits different. Like they're great. Love them so much.
Okay, okay. All right, Maya.
Okay. Maybe Mirror Master by Young the Giant, or what's the red album from Coin? Oh, How Will You Know If You Never Try by Coin. Both of those, that was like they went together, and that was like the best concert I've ever been to. So maybe those two.
So Young the Giant was here my freshman year. I'm a junior, and they did like a free concert. Like SG paid them a bunch of money, so that's the only reason it was free. But that was the best concert I've ever seen.
They were so good in live. Oh my gosh.
They are amazing live. Would definitely go see them again. All right, McKenna.
Hello. I think I'm also gonna have to say Jack Johnson, but the Brushfire Fairy Tales album, that was my go-to, and pretty much all those songs. So
Nice. And Anissa, yes, it was Joywave and Young the Giant when they came here to UF. All right, Megan.
I'm not really sure. I guess I'll also name a K-pop album. Stray Kids mixtape, I think.
Stray Kids, yes.
Okay, we're definitely gonna need to do like some K-pop stuff, like a K-pop night.
I
seeing
know.
that's popular.
It's a common theme.
Okay, Melanie.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I think it would be Nothing Happens by the Wallows.
Okay, nice. And Alexis just said in the chat, can we all learn a K-pop dance? Y'all can learn a K-pop dance, and
We'll
I
watch.
will. Yeah, I will film and support, but you do not want to see me dance.
Same here.
All right, Morgan A.
Hi. I was gonna say anything by Hoja really, but if not that, maybe Welcome to the Black Parade.
Hey.
Classic.
Classic.
Love MCR. All right, Morgan W.
Probably any Janae Aiko album.
Also good. The taste, like we've said, the taste is impeccable for
Yes,
y'all.
it is.
All right, Nikki.
Hello guys. All right. So I know this is gonna sound like really nerdy, but I ironically listen to classical music. It's like great for when I'm doing that bone-breaking homework and I need just something to like listen to. Because words, music with words like distracts me too much.
Okay, that's valid.
Yeah, no, classical is good for doing homework. Get that nice dark academia vibe going. Okay. Princess Lulu.
Okay. I listen to a really kind of bizarre genre called folk punk, and so I'd probably have to pick an album called either like Knife Man, anything by AJJ, because it's like it has really in-depth kind of like lyrics that tell a story like you would with folk, and it kind of mixes that with the nitty-gritty, emotional, raw like sound of punk, and that's my favorite genre. I listen to that mostly all the time.
Awesome. Familiar with AJR, but not with AJJ, so I'll have to look into them. All right, Rosaline.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I don't really listen to albums, but one that did stand out to me was Ariana Grande's Sweetener Tour album. I really like Dangerous Woman and God is a Woman, those songs.
Good songs.
Excellent album.
All right, Sophie. Wait, Sophie, did you already go or?
I think we did we did ask her.
I went. Okay, yeah, that was when it was like out of order. Okay, Sydney.
Okay, so the issue isn't necessarily that I don't listen to albums, but like I listen to so many. Like I just go through phases of like each month I just like listen to the same album on repeat. Anyways, the one that I think kind of is most like me would be Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying by Kid Cudi. It's a later album, but I like it, so yeah.
Okay, nice. All right, Zena.
Hi, I'm Zay. I think one of my favorite bands of all time is Green Day, so I had to pick an album from them. And I think I would pick American Idiot, which is kind of ironic because I'm Turkish American. So, yeah.
It's a good album, though. All right. So now that all of y'all have answered, we are now going to give our answers. Wait. All right, we have pictures to go with it.
Yep.
You go.
Oh, I go? Okay, so for mine, it would have to be Hopeless Fountain Kingdom by Halsey. I adore her. Saw her in concert twice. Don't talk to me about her latest album. We don't claim that, but yeah.
And mine would have to be a little more recent, but Folklore by Taylor Swift. I've been a Taylor Swift fan since I was like a young little child, but Folklore is like the best Taylor Swift, matches my vibe, kind of a little emo, but not really. It's a good album. Hope you guys all got some good music recommendations. We have a list going.
We got a list.
We might send that out in the email with this recording.
If I wrote the names down
If we
right.
wrote it down right, we'll be like, here's the Weaver 2 and 4 playlist.
Yes.
But all right. So some of this is going to be a review from the last meeting we did, but I know not all of y'all were on that. So we're just going to try to get through all this quickly. If you think of any questions, drop them in the chat or ask them at the end. But what is an RA? So what Gaia and I are we are students. We're both undergrads, and we are peers and friends of yours that are going to serve as leaders on the floor. So we are going to help you create a sense of community by doing events and just being a resource. We're going to do a lot of programming and activities to hopefully help you guys get to know each other and feel a little more at home here in Weaver. We can provide resources, we can give you advice. If you guys have any questions, you can come to us, and even if we don't know the exact answer, we know where to point you to get you an answer. We also have to help enforce housing and university policy, so that lovely rule book that has probably been sitting in your email, If you could please just familiarize yourself with that. We don't want you to get in trouble. We just have to make sure that everybody's following the rules so that our floor can be a safe home for everyone who lives there. Because we want you to be safe and know that your floor is a comfortable place to live.
Yep. So here are some important numbers. You might want to put these in your phone just in case. So the RA on call, the Tober area desk, and the UFPD. So the RA on call, like when to call them. The area desk is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. After that, you would call the RA on call, and Tober area desk as well. And then UFPD, usually that's the RA on call. They would call them.
Yeah, but if you ever have like a medical emergency and you call, this UFPD number is like also EMS. If you ever call them first, make sure you also always call the RA on call.
Okay.
And we use, this is like, can you guys see my pointer? Where I'm pointing? Okay, so this number, it is quicker than 911 if you are on campus. If you're off campus and like any emergency happens, call 911. Like Alachua County Emergency Services will help you, but if you're on campus, this is the UF Emergency Services. Be a lot quicker. Everybody good? Take a picture of this slide. Awesome. Rules and regulations. So this is a wordy one, so I'm gonna read it out. If you haven't already, please be sure to read our community standards, which can contain all the rules for living in our halls, as well as items you could bring if you've already moved in and you see that you have any not welcome items. Just find a way to get those out of here. Some noise and quiet hour rules, you'll see those posted throughout the hall. Make sure you're following those. Do not give out your key to anyone. This is a little easier this year because you're not allowed to have non-building guests in the building, but in a regular year, you can't give your key to your friend and let them come hang out in your room during class. Any guests must be accompanied by you at all times. Please don't prop your doors open and don't open your windows. That creates mold and we don't want that. And pet policy, you can't have anything unless it can fit in a tank. So like a goldfish or a chinchilla or a small lizard. If you have an emotional support animal like a cat, you need to tell your RA because you'll have paperwork you need to fill out for that. Fire safety, no candles. Make sure you use surge protectors. Make sure that you don't have more than 2 items plugged into an extension at any one time, and make sure your fridge is not plugged into a surge protector or an extension cord, or that your fridge is plugged directly into the wall. If you hear a fire alarm, you have to leave the building, even if you don't know if it's a drill, if you don't know whatever. In the state of Florida, it's a felony to stay inside a building once a fire alarm has sounded, so please make sure you're getting as safely and quickly out of the building as possible if you hear an alarm. This is part of the banned items. You cannot have a hoverboard in the building. They are a fire hazard. Rules exist because something bad happened in the past. A hoverboard can catch on fire while it's just sitting in your room. So don't have any hoverboards. And LED lights cannot be hanging above the frame of your door. So whatever the height of your door is, for the whole exterior of the room, you cannot have lights higher than that. Community expectations. So you're gonna have to fill out a thing with your roommate if you're not living in a single, called a gator to gator. It's just an agreement for how y'all are gonna run the room, what are your own rules gonna be for each other. And Gaia and I are gonna send you emails about that later because you're gonna have to have a quick 15-minute meeting with us to finalize that before you set your rules. We also can help you if you have any conflict with your roommate, whether it's you can't figure out the gator to gator agreement, someone's not abiding by the rules the two of you set for each other, or you just feel like you're having trouble communicating. We can help you with that, but please try to communicate with each other always in a respectful way, and always try to sort it out yourself before you come directly to the RA. I know a lot of people haven't lived with others before. You might not have ever had to share a room with somebody before. So try to work out any issues you have, but if you're having trouble communicating, we can always help you out.
Okay, so kitchen and lounge expectations. So for right now, we're gonna say that the expectations for occupancy for the kitchens and the lounges are about 4. We are gonna get an exact number in a few days and we'll give you that. But for right now, keep it at that. We may need to determine if scheduling this time.
Yeah, like if too many of y'all are not on the meal plan and it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
10
yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to cook at once. We
Right,
might
right.
need to come up with a schedule.
Okay,
It
yeah, yeah,
shouldn't
yeah.
come to that though.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So communicate cleaning schedule if available. Also, like for example, don't leave like pots and pans in the sink for like over a few days. Like we don't want to do that. Let's all do our part to keep the lounge and kitchen clean. Please clean up after yourself and do not leave any of your items behind, even if they are clean. This goes for bathrooms too. I do want to touch on bathrooms. I've texted my floor about this. We should keep our bathrooms, like as I've said, like acceptable and presentable, especially for Ms. Janine and the housing people. They have different hours now, and so they have to like clean, like for example, doorknobs and highly touched places more times than they usually would. So we want to be just respectful. Sinks, please, sinks, like let's keep them clean. So it is like conduct. It's gonna be a conduct issue if it keeps happening, but we just, want to respect these places because everybody's using them. And then do not throw your personal trash in lounge trash cans or bathroom trash cans. Take it to the dumpster. I know that maybe I think it was Murphy. People were throwing their personal stuff in the bathroom trash, and then maintenance just stopped cleaning it. So there are consequences to doing that. So please just be mindful.
Yeah, going over consequences. If any bathrooms or kitchens or common spaces become too dirty, building services does not have to continue cleaning them. So when I was a freshman, our kitchen, I lived in Hume, our kitchen actually got shut down for a couple of days because it got too dirty, and maintenance said you have lost the privilege to use your kitchen. So last year in Weaver 4, we had a close call. Our kitchen got really dirty for a couple of weeks, and maintenance was about to shut it down, but we were able to clean it up, get it together. So please make sure you're keeping spaces clean. Like, yeah, Miss Janine is amazing, but she has a lot she has to do now for COVID procedure. We want to be mindful and respectful of her time. Safety. Your safety is one of our highest priorities here at UF. So make sure you're always locking your room doors when you leave the room, especially if you have a roommate and you're the last one to leave for the day, or if you live in a single, it's your responsibility to keep the door locked. Even if you're going to the bathroom or to get water, just get into that habit, especially when you're sleeping. Always keep your keys with you. If you get locked out for using the bathroom, or if your roommate leaves, it does count as a lockout. You guys are going to get 2 free lockouts every semester. So 2 free times you can go to the area desk or call the RA on call, and they'll get you a new key so you can get back into your room and grab your keys. If it's more than 2 though, you will get charged. I don't know what the price is this year, but last year it was like $75.
Yeah, it's like 50 to 75.
It's a lot because they really need you to keep your keys. And also, if you lose your keys, you need to tell the area desk immediately, because they're going to then rekey your door to make sure no one finds your lost set of keys and tries to get into your room.
For freshmen, like just people who are living on campus for the first time, get a lanyard and put all your keys on a lanyard. Like that's the best way. Like you won't forget like your fob, but you have your hard like room key. So
yeah, or here it is. Okay, I have mine on a carabiner.
Yes.
And so like if I'm wearing jeans, I like clip it in my belt loop sometimes, or I always clip it to the edge of my backpack. It looks a little dorky, but I don't get locked out. Do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do.
Also a reminder, we have an RA on call whenever the area desk is closed. So the area desk is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays. So weeknights and all throughout the weekend, we have an RA on call. And we also have student security assistants who check the exterior of the building during the night to make sure like there's no propped open doors or windows that are accidentally left open, because windows shouldn't be open in the first place. And so if you have any issues, always call the RA on call, let them know, but also know we are trying to actively work to make sure that our area is safe.
Okay, so we have some new rules because of COVID-19. Masks, you are expected to wear a mask at all times whenever inside, but you have exceptions, so your room, eating, brushing your teeth or washing your face, and showering. We have a guest policy, and this will look different in different halls, but for ours, the guest policy is that you cannot have any guests that do not live in Weaver at any time. If it's a common space, a room, a lounge. In your room, each person can have 1 guest per the person that lives in the room. So if you're in a single, you can have 1 guest. If you're in a double, you can have 2 guests. Physical distancing, so 6 feet social distancing guideline in addition to wearing a mask. Please leave any space where you cannot safely social distance if already at capacity. This is probably like lounges and kitchens, stuff like that. And then lastly, any COVID-19 related policy violations, including masks, guests, and physical distancing, will be taken very seriously. Accountability for violating these policies could include the potential suspension and or expulsion from UF. And we've already seen cases like this. So please, please, please take these policies very seriously and follow them as outlined.
Yes, and a quick thing, so if you have a guest in your room, because the rooms are small and you can't really be 6 feet apart, we also highly encourage that you wear a mask while your guest is in the space. But yeah, for real, our boss told us last night that somebody has already gotten through the suspension and expulsion process, and like the 2-week storms have been open for not following COVID policy. So please, for real, we want you to be here for the whole semester and the whole year. Just follow the rules and everything will be fine.
And these apply to RAs too. So like this is to everyone that lives in Weaver. We aren't exempt from this. We have to follow this. So we're all going through it together.
Yes. Please make sure you're checking your UF email every day, because that's how we'll primarily communicate with you. That's also how housing and the university will communicate with you. Also, as classes start, your professors are probably going to be contacting you mainly through email, since most classes are online. If you need us, here's our emails. If you want to take a quick picture, we've also been emailing y'all a lot, so you will see our fun UF housing emails in your inbox. Okay, we're going to check the chat for questions. Is there a floor 4 group chat? Yes. In the first email I sent y'all, I had a link to the group me, but it's probably gotten buried in everybody's inboxes, so I will resend that link out. Does the no outside guest rule count for the Weaver basement? So those of y'all who've lived in housing before, you know that we have a Weaver basement. That's usually a big social space and pool tables. Weaver basement is unfortunately closed this year because we cannot monitor it for COVID compliance. So you will not be able to have any access to the Weaver basement, I think, starting Friday. I know a lot of people use the Weaver basement to take the elevator all the way down, cut through Weaver basement, and then go to the east ground floor for laundry. Because the basement will be closed and no one will even have access, you won't be able to do that anymore. So to do laundry, you can take the elevator down to Weaver 1, and then you're gonna have to walk to the Weaver East staircase and take the stairs down to East Ground.
Also, if you would like a job, feel free to apply.
Not a job, it's not paid. Involvement, student org. Sorry.
If you'd like to be involved, feel free to apply to TAC. It is our resident-led Tolbert Area Event Planning Board. Our supervisor is going to send an email about that more later, but yeah, if you're looking for another way to,
it's a fun club.
Join the Weaver team. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a great way to be involved in the Weaver team as a first-year student, especially if you're looking for a leadership role. Okay, those are all the questions in the chat. If you guys have any other questions, you can unmute.
I have a question about the trash and the lounges. So me and my roommate, we have been putting like our food boxes in those trashes. Is that okay, or like not at all?
No, that's fine. That's usually what I do too. Like even like banana peels, I can't stand the smell of that in my room, so I throw it away in the lounge trash. It's not, don't like take your full bag of trash from your room and stick it in the lounge trash can. Like take all that either to the dumpster or the trash chute. If you guys haven't seen it yet, both of our floors have by the elevator a door that leads to a trash chute.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Also in the chat, is there a floor 2 group chat? You guys have one, right?
Yeah, we do. I sent that also in my first email. If you just look up my name, it should pop up. If not, I will send another one with the link again to everybody.
Will the North Library or any other common areas be open? So the North Library is also, like the Weaver basement, going to be closed this semester. The Weaver map room where we are now, which is the main lounge for Weaver on the first floor, that is open. However, social distancing applies. They took out a lot of the chairs. So if you ever come down here to hang out and all of the chairs are full, that means the room is at capacity. And you can only be in here with other Weaver residents. So you can't bring over your friend from Tolbert or your friend from Graham and hang out in the Weaver map room. If you're gonna be hanging out with people from other dorm buildings, we recommend doing that outside where you can social distance a little better, even if it's just opposite sides of a picnic table, that's a lot better than being inside.
Yeah, I have a question really quickly also.
Yeah.
For move-in, like if my dad is helping me move in on my actual move-in day, but my stepdad wants to help me set up my computer, would he be able to come up to my room, or do I have to like do it myself?
Yeah, you're allowed 2 guests at a time during your 2-hour move-in appointment. So dad and stepdad, like that's 2 people. They can come
Yeah,
up.
but the problem is I don't think they want to do it together. So like, would it be possible for my stepdad to do it the day after? Do they have to do it at the same time?
Your 2-hour move-in appointment is the only time you're allowed to have non-Weaver guests in the building. So if you want to do dad first hour to help you move in, and then the second hour stepdad help you set up the computer, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. That works, I guess.
Any other questions? If you guys think of anything, you can always email us.
Right. And the group chat.
The group chat.
Group chat's always there.
Group chat's also good for like asking if anybody wants to like go grab food, or
Right.
what other things people are getting involved in if you're like not sure. Oh, what other clubs and stuff are people on my floor interested in? Good resource for that. Last call? Nothing? Okay. Great talking with you guys.
It was nice hearing what albums you would be.
Great taste on our floors.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're gonna send this recording out to everybody so you can review it if you need to, but hope you guys have a good day. Let us know if you need anything.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye. Okay. How do I stop share? Okay. Does anybody left have questions, or
just figuring out how to leave?
Just figuring out how to leave? Okay,
Yep.
excellent.